Yo, what is up, legends? My name is Wikus, and welcome back to the Week Trading channel. So we had quite an interesting week in the market. It was ridiculously bearish, although I believe that it should continue bullish looking back at the previous week's video. On this week, I do see a lot of bear momentum still in the market with looking at the daily candles, but there is a possibility that the market can turn around and go back bullish. But let's get straight into the charts and have a look exactly what can happen. So on the monthly time frame, I already marked off my zones. We've got this one here at the bottom. We've got that one there that's been broken, that one there, and then we've got this one depending on how January ends. So that one can possibly fall away if January decides to move back up and actually doesn't close with a bearish candle. Okay, going down to the weekly time frame, having a look at the zones that we can use here. We can start from the top. The first one I'm going to mark off is this one here. And I just want to use the template quickly. There we go, weekly time frame. There we go. And we've got another one there, and we can go down lower. We've got another one here, but it's so close to those ones, so I'm just going to keep it away. And I'm going to take this one here as well. Minor resistance on the weekly can possibly form a major support or resistance on the lower time frames. And we can keep that one there, but it is also so close to that monthly time frame, so I'm going to take it away. And then I'm going to put another one there just above that monthly zone, and we can basically just actually have a look and see that one is so close. I'm going to ignore that one as well. So these are the weekly zones. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down to the daily time frame, but I'm only going to mark the zones that we've got around about this area and this area, and not that area, because I don't want to clutter the chart. So for illustration's sake, I'm going to take those ones away and just work with this area, because I don't want to clutter my chart with too many support or resistance zones at this stage. It's very important to keep your chart clean so that you can actually see what the candles are showing you, and not just the stuff that you draw on the chart or the indicators that's actually cluttering your chart and taking away the picture that the candles is forming. Okay, so on the daily time frame, let's have a look at the zones that I want to keep in mind. The first one I'm going to start with, that one is there, the initial spot where I initially thought the market should turn bullish again. We had some play around that area, but the market didn't respect it at all afterwards. So I was completely wrong with that one, but it's okay. We all get some wrong every now and then. Okay, so let's go to the other ones that we've got. We've got that one there. You can see the market actually touched that area initially and went back, and then touched that one and then broke down. Now we can have a look at this one here. It is so close, so I'm just going to take it away. I don't want to clutter the chart once again. Having a look at these areas, let's look at possibly this one here. We can keep that one there. That one's on the weekly, so I'm going to keep it there. Those ones are resistance off the weekly, so I'm just going to ignore those ones. We can have a look at maybe this one here that actually plays along with that area and this area. So I'm going to shift this one over right to bound that area, because that support zone is literally that area, and it started right there. So I'm going to keep that one there, and then we can take another one on the daily time frame to run above that area. I'm going to keep it there. And sorry, I wanted to say something else, but I decided against it. So let's have a look at that one. We can keep this one possibly. Yeah, we can keep this minor one here as well. You see, already there's so many zones cluttering the chart. At least it's not ridiculously bright, so I can still look around it and through it and understand what I want to see in the market. Okay, so I'm going to lock all of these zones and just make sure that I don't lose them while we analyze the chart. Okay, so let's go back to the top. Monthly time frame. What is happening here? We had this monthly zone that was supposed to be retested, or initially we had this one that was semi-retested, and then the market decided to break through, and this one came. I initially thought, okay, great, well, the market should get some support in this area. The market decided not to, and decided to just actually break through it completely. Now we've got this monthly zone here at the bottom. If we go to the weekly time frame, I just want to show you this quickly. On this weekly time frame, we've got basically zero support or resistance on the weekly time frame before we get this one. So there is still about 7,000 pips in this area that still lies before we get to a major weekly time frame. So it is possible that the market could actually get its support on one of these daily zones before we continue to the top. And if we look at this structure, go back to the monthly time frame and have a look at it, we can see we had a very nice bullish candle that broke away from this minor zone here, and then the market started playing around this area here before moving completely up, and eventually now decided to come back down to this zone. So this area potentially shows a lot of support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a horizontal line and I'm going to mark off this little wick of that candle here, this July candle. It's going to mark off that area with that, because this was a breakaway, this was a trend. So that was an impulse, and that was a bit of a trend away from that impulse candle. So I'm just going to keep that one there and just keep my eyes on that spot while we move down. So going down to the weekly time frame again, if we look at this structure, the picture that I'm seeing when we look at this is basically this. This is an easier picture of what I'm seeing here. We've got this nice move up. We've got this area here, initially this one here, move back up, came back down again, tested for the second time, went up, formed its nice areas there, and came back up, and now we are down at this area. So this is basically the third time that this area of that monthly wick that we saw here is being tested on the weekly time frame. Now, I'm not saying that the market is definitely going to find its support there, but there is quite some possibility for that, because the market does like to form these little jumps away from the same area before it actually skyrockets to new highs. So it is possible that the market can do that. Looking at the picture or the structure of this, looking at the candles, I do not yet see that. So it's going to be literally just looking at what the lower time frames, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and maybe the daily candle in this week starts forming around this area. If we move away from this area, obviously it's not legit. If we start consolidating around this area, forming a lot of supports on the lower time frames, we can expect the market to actually want to go back up. So yeah, essentially I see a lot of bear momentum in the market, and I'm not sure if that area is going to hold immediately. So let's have a look on the daily time frame, what we are seeing here. So we've got this area that I wanted the market to come back down and complete ABCD patterns at this spot here. Now what the market decided, and I semi-missed this one, and I'm sorry for the guys that actually depended on me for this one. I just missed this one, but there was a nice ABCD pattern that actually played out. It's the first bearish ABCD pattern, completed ABCD pattern. And the reason why I'm saying I missed it is because of this massive consolidation zone. One of my rules is first or last swing of consolidation areas. I'm not going to go into much details of it, but if we look at that area there, the market actually started forming nice support there again, played around the monthly and these areas and moved away, came back down and retested that zone again. So the breakout of that zone could have potentially actually showed me, hey, listen, we should go bearish from this area and continue down completely, and not just until the 15,340 area, what I expected. So if I look at this, I should have expected the market to actually form this nice ABCD pattern, almost going to the 61.8 and then come down to these areas here at the bottom. Okay, so I missed that one, but it's okay. I'm going to get the next one. In any case, so looking on this daily time frame, we are now ABCD pattern on the daily, bear momentum, and we also closed below this area. So if I take this red line just for now, it's not to change the support area, it's just to show you something. We basically closed below that area. So initially the daily ABCD pattern of mine started there, but that was also a very important area. So we closed below that area. So I do not believe this is just a fake out of the ABCD pattern and then a continuation to the top. I do believe that we can see quite a significant amount of at least consolidation at this area, or it can be a day or two even. Consolidation at this area before we continue bullish, or just a continuation to the bottom. So a bear continuation in the chart. So yeah, what I'm looking for now is I'm just going to play it calm this week to let the market show me what it wants to do. Not going to jump into any funny trades or just because I want to, or that I've got a lot of money to risk. I don't like doing that. So I will be keeping my eyes on these areas, the daily zones, the 3 daily zones, as well as this weekly and the monthly zone, to have a look when the candles at those specific areas is showing me, okay, we are turning around now. Once again, there's a possibility that we can get that specific area around about here where we are now, but I'm not seeing it in the candles as for yet, especially not on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly as well. So the monthly still holds the potential to actually just form this massive wick to the bottom here and then a continuation to the top. So the monthly does hold that possibility, but on the lower time frames I don't see it. Anything else, any other time frame, I don't see an immediate buy at this stage. I do see at least consolidation, but most likely a little bit more bear momentum going down to the bottom. So looking at the 1 hour time frame quickly, just the overall picture of this monthly zone that's been quite respected a bit, a breakout, break back above it, and then a movement. So making basically forming an inverse head and shoulders here, and the market completed it and then started moving. So this is all little ABCD patterns that played out in the charts, literally just formed nice little ABCD patterns that could have been followed if we basically just look at this. That one there, and there again. Okay, so the ABCD patterns can be a continuation, but we can also see a turnaround from this area or this area here. So I would at least like to see the market start consolidate before I go bullish again. For now, I'm still stuck on the bearish mindset. So yeah, I hope this video helps you guys. I hope it helps you analyze the chart better. If you got any questions or comments of my analysis or want to understand something a bit better, please feel free to leave a comment down below or join our free Telegram group. I'm always online and will always respond to a question in that group. If you ask me, remember, I'm not a signals provider, so I will not provide you with any signals, but I will have a look at your screenshots of your analysis done on the chart and give my opinion on your analysis and help you where I possibly can. So yeah, have an awesome week. Have a legendary week. I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.